So as I promised, I'll be doing rants. This is my first one. This one will be a very angry one because it is about a little girl with special needs who is nonverbal, with autism and epilepsy, and completely has her rights violated in school. Her name is Devyn, and she's an adorable little girl, and she has a service dog named Hannah. Hannah helps Devyn with meltdowns, calms her down, and also because Hannah is a service dog, she's also trained to almost sense when Devyn is about to have a seizure, alarming the adults around her. And a school district will not let her have a dog in the classroom. Even in her IEP, it says she must have it. And they're saying no and come up with all these excuses. But what angered me most, I've been supporting this family for over a year now, and what pisses me off the most is the fact that this school district used her disability against her. I want to know why there are people like that who feel like they should use a disability against someone. And you know what? This does not just happen in schools. This does not just happen with the small children. It happens in the workplace. It happens out on the streets. There was a news article where, if you're familiar with the Ice Bucket Challenge, it went viral this summer, but a boy with autism as well said that he could do it, and it was a prank. And these group of kids filled a bucket with feces and urine and poured it on his head. And you know what? This happens, and I find it completely amazing that people could go so low doing this to people that do not always understand social cues, who do not always understand right from wrong, who do not understand that they should beware of some people. There were cases where these people were killed because they were gullible and did not see the red flags. And I just want to help this little girl because she deserves to have her rights, whether it's in the classroom, even out on the streets. This little girl deserves to have her service dog with her. I've never seen a person with a disability who is allowed to have a service dog. Everywhere they go, they always have their dog with them. And if stores, if hotels say service dogs are allowed, tell me why a school cannot give this little girl her dog. Let this dog help her throughout the day. I've seen meltdowns happen with people with autism, and it's not a pretty sight. Sometimes even adults cannot control these kids. They need someone else with them. And you know what? They're like best friends, Hannah and Devyn. It may not sound much, but it is, because Devyn relies on Hannah, Hannah relies on Devyn, and that helps her, I'm sure, with social interactions. You know what? Schools want social development for their students, and they cannot help another student. I want this school district to know right now that just because a child has a disability and they may not be able to function because they're nonverbal and they have a disability, does not mean they don't have feelings. And I'm telling that for anyone who experiences and sees this happen to people with disabilities, whether it's at work or out on the streets, they have feelings. You may not think they don't, but they do. And I'll tell you why right now. 7th and 8th grade, I helped in an inclusive classroom. And some of these kids, yes, were not able to talk, had severe social issues, but you know what? Now that they're in my high school, also still in an inclusive classroom, they remember you. They still come up to me, give me hugs. A boy comes up to me and says, "Hi, Rachel." And a girl comes up to me and squeezes me so tight just to give me a hug. And they just came, some of them weren't in the high school yet, for 3 years since I left the middle school. And 3 years later, they still remember me. So think about it. What if you were to see this happen? What if you were to come up and stand for that person? You may never see them again, but I'm going to tell you right now, this person will remember you. years down the road. They'll remember that stranger who stood up for them and said, stop it. Stop right now and support this kid, this person. You know what? The quote saying, speak for those who can't, is extremely true. You could be that one person in a group who do not want to stand up for someone who is not able to stand up for themselves. But you know what? That one word is extremely powerful. People say, oh, okay, enough, someone's there. People are afraid to stand up because they feel like people will be against them. And I want to tell you right now that doing this to children, taking their rights away, treating them that they're not important, is, what I think is bullying. And you know what? I was bullied for a disability I have. And it does affect me years down the road, even though it hasn't been happening for a while. And it will happen to Devyn if this keeps on happening. Her rights keep on being violated. Because, you know, it's just wrong. And I know I'm screaming, but it angers me to death that there are people out there, especially adults. I'm sure some of those adults in those school districts have children of their own. And those adults, if you're watching it right now, tell me, how would you like if your child was suddenly taken their rights away for whatever reason? How would you feel now? How would you feel if you were a parent of Devyn and all of a sudden her rights were taken away? Tell me right now. It is not, I don't think it feels good. I'm not even a parent, and yet I feel like I know what this family's going through. They fought to have a service dog. They were saving money, doing fundraisers to give their child someone to lean on. And you gotta respect that, because I know probably it's extremely hard for a parent to go above and beyond for their child. And you know what? More parents have to be like her mom. More parents need to be like that. Always fighting for their child, even though it seems like no hope is left. So please, do me a favor. I will post a link at the bottom. It's a Facebook page. And there is a site where you could donate. Please help this family. Please let her story be heard, because one person could lead up to 5, 10, 30. And you know what? Maybe it may not change the school district, but it will give this family more hope. And I just hope that the more subscribers, the more people we have for Devyn, the more higher chance the school district will back down and give Hannah a chance to be with her. And please, I'm also asking you, if you ever see this happen in public, ever see this happening anywhere, stand up for that person. And it doesn't just have to be a person with disabilities. It could be someone who's elderly. It could be someone who's indigent. It could be anyone, but stand up for those people. Speak for those who can't. Speak for those that are too afraid to stand up for themselves. Because you will have such a big impact on their life. And I'm telling you right now, doing one good thing will lead to another good thing, and it will keep on going. It's a chain reaction. Being good for others, you'll just spread so much love. You'll spread compassion. And that's what makes a person a leader. Someone who does something and they can't do it on themselves. So please share her story. And remember Devyn the next time you see something like this happen, because honestly, this happens everywhere. You may not hear about it in the news, but it does happen. There are many cases where these children have been taken their rights away, and these people have been hurt because of society, because society doesn't want to understand what they go through each day. So please, support her. Support these people. Anyone that needs their voice heard. You will, again, make such a big impact for them. Thank you for listening, and I really appreciate you guys listening. So please share her story, share this video. I want people to hear her voice, even though she can't speak, because deep inside, these kids are screaming for someone to listen to them. Listen to Devyn. Listen to what she wants. Even though she cannot speak, speak for her, because when you do speak for her, you are saying what she wants to say. These kids, nonverbal, or those that are too afraid to say things, want to say something, but are too afraid or cannot let out the message. So be her message. Be that person who says, we'll give her her rights. She deserves what she needs. Thank you.